Joining me right now is Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn. She's a member of the Armed Services, Commerce, and Judiciary Committees, and she has been an incredible protector of this country against the CCP. Senator, it's great to see you. Thanks very much for being here. I want to get to the letter that you wrote YouTube in a second, but first let's talk about this Jamie Dimon conversation here. Earlier in the show, we reported what Jamie Dimon said, and here is the quote. Here is the quote. He said, the Communist Party is celebrating its 100th year. So is J.P. Morgan. I'd make a bet we last longer. He said that, and an hour later, or a couple of hours after it's widely reported, he walks back the comment, says he regrets it. Your thoughts?
Jamie Dimon should have said, of course we will last longer. Freedom, free people, free markets. That will always outlast the Communist Party because people innately want that freedom. They are going to tilt that way. The Chinese people, all 1.4 billion of them, what are they going to want? They're going to want to make decisions for themselves, and they have learned that if you speak out against the CCP, they are going to disappear you. They are going to shut you up. But look at what message it sends to our markets in the free world if somebody like Jamie Dimon is backing down to the CCP. We know what they're doing to American companies. That's why many companies like Fortnite, like Apple, are leaving China because they don't want to deal with the CCP. But there's lessons to be learned, whether it's dealing with Peng Shuai or whether it's dealing with Jack Ma. You look at how they will disappear you if you do not toe the Communist Party line.
Well, we don't know what the CCP threatened Jamie for him to walk back these comments. He is not the type of executive to walk back something. He doesn't apologize. He's tough. But let's remember that earlier this year, he won approval from the Chinese regulators to fully own the company's China securities venture. So they must have threatened him somehow for him to have to walk this back. Now, you wrote a letter to YouTube demanding answers about them stripping advertising from a news program that reported the truth, the news about Peng Shuai. Tell me about that story. Have you heard back from YouTube?
We have not had an answer from YouTube, but it's so curious that they would have been so involved with promoting the Me Too movement, and then when you have this story go up on Peng Shuai, that they are demonetizing that story, which in essence means that story is not going to be boosted or pushed out. So I would like to know from them why they are supporting this propaganda. And Maria, we have seen this tilting with big tech, whether it is Facebook, whether it is TikTok or Snapchat. What they are doing is providing cover to much of this propaganda, not only in China, but in other places. But of course, especially when you're looking at TikTok, it is primarily there in China. And we know the communist Chinese.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry, Senator.
No, we know that the communist Chinese are going to punish companies if they do not toe the line. Look at what they've done with the NBA. And LeBron James and the NBA, they're silent on this issue, dealing with the WTA and a tennis star. They're completely silent. Why are they not supporting her?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, LeBron James and the NBA weighing in on Kyle Rittenhouse, but failing to say anything about tennis star Peng Shuai or the genocide taking place right now in China. James accusing Rittenhouse of faking his tears. I mean, God, look, Senator, you have been so tough on this issue. Where are your Democrat colleagues on the issue?
I don't know where the Democrats are going to come down when it comes to dealing with China. They have to see the threat, and they have to see that some companies are trying to get out of China, whether it is our telecommunications or semiconductor chips or any of our critical supply line, pharmaceuticals. People are wanting out of there because the Chinese Communist Party steals their intellectual property, and they're not honest brokers. So we need to be helping these companies pull out.
Yep, exactly. Senator, great to see you this morning. Thanks very much for your leadership on this very important topic. Senator Marsha Blackburn, happy Thanksgiving, Senator. We'll talk soon. We've got some key economic data on